In this video, I'm going to take a closer look at the Excel wizard. The Excel wizard allows users to create customized and site-specific analysis using real data's market and community research. So how does it work? In the main part of the screen, there is a chart with overall market statistics, submarket statistics, a subject property, and 4 comps. To change the submarket and properties, click on the name to bring up a drop-down menu where all of the submarkets and communities are listed alphabetically. This allows you to quickly choose and compare up to 5 communities. Once you've selected the communities you want to compare, click on the Excel Wizard button here in the upper left-hand side of the screen. This brings up the Excel Wizard menu. At the top of the screen, you'll see a graph showing supply and demand trends for the overall market. Below that is the chart with the submarket and properties selected in the previous menu, and at the bottom of the screen are links to our graphs, the spreadsheet, and the forecast. Let's look at the graphs first. The Excel wizard contains 35 predefined charts and graphs based on the properties users want to compare in an Excel format, allowing users to easily export any of the charts or graphs into other programs, reports, or presentations. There are graphs for supply, demand, vacancy, rent per month, rent per square foot, and square footage. I'll start with the supply graphs. As you can see, the chart on the upper part of the page shows the supply growth for the past 5 years for communities and submarket previously selected, and for the market as a whole. The lower part of the screen shows the same data in graph form, meaning there is a graph showing supply growth for the metro, the submarket, the comp set, which in this case is blank since there were no completions in this data set. The historical comps graph shows the net supply growth of the overall market versus the submarket, and the current comps graph shows the percentage of market share our comps make up versus the submarket and overall market. The main menu button here on the far right brings you back to the main menu of the Excel wizard, where you can view the next set of graphs, demand. The demand graph page is pretty much the same as the supply graphs, with comps, submarket, and overall data charted at the top and accompanying graphs below. The metro, submarket, and comps graphs are identical, but this time the historical comps graph shows demand for each individual community, and the current comps graph shows current data for each community in the data set. Back to the main menu, the next set of graphs cover vacancy. Again, the metro, submarket, and comps graphs are the same. The historical comps graph charts data for each individual community, and the current comps graph shows the comp set as an aggregate versus the overall market and submarket trends. I'll click through rent per month, rent per square foot, and square footage so you can see those as well. Rent per month and rent per square foot have pretty much the same graphs as before. Metro, submarket, comps, historical comps, current comps. I'll go back and click through rent per square foot so you can see that. Starting with metro, submarket, comps, historical comps, and current comps. Back to the main menu. The square footage looks the same except for the historical comp graph. This graph includes a trend line. It looks like only 4 of our 5 communities are showing up on this graph. To change the value on the graph, click on any one of the numbers and a gray box will appear. Once the box appears, right-click to bring up the drop-down menu and choose Format Axis. Looks like our graph should start at 650 to include Beacon Windover. I'll make that change, close it, and there it is. All 5 communities are now showing up on the graph. You can change any of the values on any of the graphs the same way if needed. Since the data wizard is an Excel file, You can easily generate any additional calculations you wish to make. Just click in any blank cell and enter your formula there. If you need to make any changes to the submarket or properties previously selected, you must go back to the main menu to make those changes. Just click on the Data Wizard icon in the upper left of the screen to return to the main menu at any time. The Data Wizard is a read-only file, so to save your work, just go to File, Save As, and change the name to save your work as you go. This covers the charts and graphs. In the next video, I'll take a closer look at the Excel Wizard spreadsheet. If you have any additional questions, you can call us at 704-369-2345 and be sure and check out our website at aptindex.com.